When questioned about delivering only 832 vehicles in Europe for the first half of 2023, NIO's president and CEO revealed this. He said, first of all, 800 number isn't the actual reliable number. First of all, 800 is the confirmed sales number based on accounting standards. Second is the government recognized sales figures. But NIO encompasses sales, rental, subscription, all three methods of obtaining a NIO. But only the first one, sales, is being looked at for its numbers. Our actual results in Europe are 3 to 4 times that number. Even though that number is only part of the results, I am not satisfied. I think our level of effort and preparedness in Europe doesn't warrant better results than what we're achieving right now. Because NIO is a company that relies heavily on infrastructure, relies heavily on user community operations, and relies heavily on the entire ownership experience of a NIO being much higher than the peers, like it is here in China, to facilitate sales as a luxury brand. Our average price in Europe is between that of BBA and Porsche. I feel like our own full stack ecosystem, which William Li also brought about on stage today, which can be summarized with service and infrastructure deployment, etc., is progressing much slower than expected. We management understand the difficulty of deploying infrastructure in Europe. In China, for a swap station to be built to fully deployed and operations takes about only 6 weeks. But in Germany, for example, this takes 16 months. We have the strength, but we can't use it. Also, our full stack ecosystem, can it be used? Can it be operated there? Before, we didn't understand the demand needs of the consumers. We tried it out, but it's not working out, which is our system for daily operations. There is still a long ways to go. Please be patient. Now, what is my opinion on this? Well, first, if we look at the results, the number that NIO is posting and the trajectory, and you can just basically tell, even though for the first half, yes, we did 328 plus 504, not very impressive, but the trajectory is going up. All right, and look at Q3, 681 already so far. So it's the trend is up. The trend is up over there in Europe, and this is like the BE registrations for NIO. And remember, this does not encompass the whole picture. This is only a quarter. The actual numbers are 4 times higher. So if NIO is already doing this good in terms of sales alone, then the subscription and rental must be much, much higher as well. So total results are much, much better. And then if we also take a look at the vehicle delivery models, how each vehicle model is doing so far in 2023 in Europe, cumulatively, all the countries combined, you can see that very interesting results, very different from China. You got ES8 over here, we got the EL7 over here. So SUVs actually not doing as good as the sedans. The sedans are taking over. You got the ET5, and then you got the ET7. Very interesting how the ET7 is actually at the number 1 spot in Europe. In China, it's actually not doing that well. So it's very good to see that Europeans love the ET7. That's very good. And then one little thing to note is the ET5 Touring that is just coming online. That is a very popular car in Europe, touring cars. So that can probably explode up here as well. The trajectory is up, all right? The trend is up. So this just is a good outlook. Now, a subscriber, Arwin, also provided this very important spreadsheet that he made. And this really showcases the comparison between NIO and BBA competitors. And all the green stuff is just what's better. And NIO has a lot of green stuff. And you can also tell from the prices, NIO is very competitive against the other guys. And then if you look at ET7 versus BBA, ET7, oh my God, just has so many advantages compared to the other guys. Just so incredible. I'll have this full spreadsheet link down below, and also the price, much better price. And then ES6, and then even though he said this is not finished, it's read only, but you can tell there's so much green stuff. That just means that ES6 is better on so many aspects. Very cool. And the price as well, just much better than the competitors as well. Now, it takes a lot of balls to admit that something's not working out. So I really commend management for pointing that out and realizing that mistakes were made and that they're going to change. And then how he also said he's not satisfied. So they're not going to settle with current results. They're going to, of course, push on forward. And that, combined with the fact that, the trend for sales is going up in Europe, that just means the potential for European sales is just exponentially higher. Right now, it's limited because of infrastructure service not being at the same level here as here in China, but they're working hard to get that up there. And imagine if they were able to deploy much more swap stations there, get the service up, the community experience up, the ownership experience up, that they wanted to the level that they want, then that just is going to exponentially help out sales. And sales are already trending up. What's really shocking to me is the time difference between swap station deployment. 6 weeks here in China, but 16 months in Germany. That is a huge hindrance for NIO. Like the president said, we have the strength, but we can't use it. That just means, if they're able to expedite the process and shorten that time down, maybe cut it in half, 8 months is still a very long time, but that would dramatically improve everything there. Now, the NIO manager here in China did tell me in the past that the whole community aspect of NIO was not fully grown over there in Europe and not fully representative of what it should be. And I guess that statement got validated. And I guess there's still a lot of work to be done to make the whole entire ownership experience like it is here in China. Community culture is a very core aspect of NIO and a very important part of its success here in China. And it's very hard for Westerners to understand because most people can't comprehend a car owner going to the store to help the sales rep sell the cars, which is just unbelievable in most people's minds. But that is what happens here in China because you essentially, as a NIO owner, you become best pals with NIO. NIO takes extreme good care of you here in China. And in response, as a NIO owner, you feel the need to do something back and to help out the company. We need community culture to evolve to a point where there's European NIO owners so enthusiastic about the brand that they go into the stores and help the sales reps sell the cars. That's what we need. Until then, we're just not there yet.